I'm attorney Nick Alcock, and you've been charged with theft in Arizona. Know that our law firm is here to help you. I want to kind of walk you through a couple of things that you should keep in mind if you're under investigation for a theft case. Many people call us, and they're calling us a little too late because they've already submitted to an interview, they've already talked to a detective, they've already maybe texted something or sent something in writing or had a conversation with an employer. If you're charged with theft and you're talking to anybody and that person is not your attorney, what you say, if you're making some type of admission or confession, those words can be used against you. And so be very, very careful if you're under investigation for theft. Many times a detective will call you and say, hey, just come on down to the station. We want to clear things up. We just want to talk to you. So these detectives, they're doing their job, and I have plenty of respect for the police and for the detectives, but they're not telling you the whole truth. There is no such thing as a detective calling someone and saying, hey, I just want to know what happened here. I want to clear this up. That isn't their job. Their job isn't to want to know what happened here to clear things up. Their job is to get evidence against people, file charges against people, have people go to jail. That's what they get paid to do. So if you're in a situation where the allegation is you're stealing from an employer or you're stealing from someone that you're giving care to, something like that, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get a confession out of you. They want you to admit that you're doing these things. For theft cases, that confession is really central to a lot of cases. They need to have that type of evidence in order to move forward. So if you're under investigation, be very, very careful about speaking to the police or anybody, because your words can be used against you. If you're receiving a phone call from an employer, or you're the so-called victim, and they're calling you and they're asking you questions, that may be a ploy. It might be a situation where they're calling and they're recording your statements against you to be used. This could be done with the cooperation of the police department, or it could be done unilaterally. The victim could be doing this because they want to turn it over to the police so that you can be charged. So your words can be used against you. Be very, very cautious about that. All right. The second thing is that when you are in a situation where police are looking to speak with you and you're not under arrest, then you are a free person. You have constitutional rights. You can do what you need to do to protect yourself. And it is not illegal for you to say, I want to speak with my attorney first. So before I answer this question, sir, thank you so much for contacting me. I want to speak with my attorney. You're under no obligation to go down to the police department. You're under no obligation to submit for a forensic interview of any type. So it's okay for you to say, I want to speak with my attorney, or just say, I'm not going to answer any of your questions. It can't be used against you. And a lot of people think that, oh my goodness, if I say I want to speak with my attorney, then that will be used against me. They'll think that I'm guilty. And it's like, no, that's just a sophisticated thing to do. Most people don't fully understand what their constitutional rights are. And because of that fear, they submit to these interviews. But people who understand how the law works, lawyers who understand how the law works, they would never sit down to some type of interview with a police officer without a lawyer present, without speaking to a lawyer first, and that type of thing. Finally, every case is different, and the amount in controversy can move a theft case from a misdemeanor to a felony case. So one of the things that a detective would really want to do is kind of hammer down how much was stolen, what's the value of those goods. And of course, the value of something, an object, is debatable. And it can absolutely affect whether or not you're charged with felony or you're charged with a misdemeanor. So beware of the fact that the way that they're characterizing, and if they're talking to you, they may be talking to you because they want to charge you with a felony and they want to establish what the value of those goods are. And so be obviously extremely cognizant of that. Anybody under investigation for theft, our advice is give us a call, sit down with us, engage an attorney, because if you're under investigation, you have rights, and an attorney is really the best way for you to defend your rights. Before you speak with a police officer, the consultation here is free, and we can also give you some deeper advice with regards to what is a separation line demarcation between a misdemeanor and the various levels of felony for theft. 602-989-5000 is our number. 602-989-5000. Any theft case in Arizona, we're licensed. We want to help you. And I know that what you're going through is probably very stressful, but hang in there. Take a deep breath. Call an attorney. It can really save